What up?
What up, guys? We're back. Back and better than ever. We've got some big topics to
go over. So, first one, let's look on the agenda real fast.
I gotta put in my phone. You actually have yours, don't you?
Yes, I do. Okay. So, basically, viewer discretion for the first part. Yeah, it's really advised. As most of you probably know, there's been a controversy between the whole Sandy Hook Promise commercial on Now TV. And first thing I think we should go over is definitely the video. And we can get into more in-depth of it.
Yeah, definitely. So we have the video pulled up here. You guys will see it on your screen. In 3, 2, 1.
This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I need for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class.
These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.
There's so many things I could say about it.
I think, first off, how they went about it wasn't the best thing that they could have done. That's why it's such a big controversy, is because there's so many different sides to it. Like, so many people are thinking of it as a fear factor. They're enraging fear on students and families, and me personally, I don't think that they should have gone with the whole video dedicated to what happened in Sandy Hook.
And I don't know, it's just my standpoint is, I feel like that they're doing all this, like, showing, like, what you saw in the video was, like, kind of like, it was even, like, it was just so, like, I could say unprofessional.
Yeah.
It was, like...
Definitely.
It just makes me so mad that they had... I get it, it's for a good cause, but the way they went about it was not the right way to go about it. It was... They
could have done so many different things. They could have just made a commercial explaining what happened during it. And, like, I don't know. It shouldn't have been putting students in scenarios for an ad on TV.
Yeah. And especially, like, even, like... So, even, like, these actors for this commercial, like, you understand that, like, the actors for the commercial are, like... So they have, like... They probably don't go to school.
Yeah.
Most actors don't go to school. They act and then they go home and do like an online school. So like
they don't know the actual cause and fear of today's day and age of going to school, having that everyday possibility that your school is going to be shot up.
Yeah, and like what you said, I mean, the school being shot up is just like, how do we connect? Like, how do we get to that point? Like where we compare the whole now everybody wants gun control, but like. The mental health standpoint of it, like, why don't we take a step back and just look at that for a second before we go taking everything? Well, it's going to be impossible. I don't think that'll.
They won't.
But like,
I don't think they're gonna take that step back to realize how many students were affected by all these school shootings.
Yeah.
There were so many students and friends that I know that grew up having that fear every day as kids, where their parents were afraid to send them to school, which is completely mind-boggling. Me personally, I've never had a fear of having my school shot up. We live in a pretty safe environment. We don't really have people like that. But the few amounts of people that we do have like that, they're put into their own classroom and they stay there the entire day.
And like what he said, the few amount of people, even not to say that, like, I hate to, like, what this ad is doing is putting fear into people. Like, our schools, we now have lockdown drills. We have the teachers, they're getting, like, what is it? The cops come in and shoot fake rounds.
Yeah,
I
they
think
use
it's
cap
just
guns, and they put us into that scenario of what to do, how to go about it, and what's the best way to do it. Even like workplaces now, work environments, they're doing gun drills and like shooting drills.
Yeah.
You have 3 main things you have to do, 3 courses of action.
Mhm.
One of them is run, like either hide or run if you have the chance. Another one of them is hide and barricade yourselves or get to a safe place, and then the third one is the phase of attacking the shooter.
Mhm. Now that's the thing with that. Now, like, say, I mean, I guess we could kind of explain to them like what to do if you're ever in that situation. Is
For the running
like,
part, if you have it, what I would personally do, I already have done this before. Now, because I am in our school's band program, we have a jazz band class after school some days. And what I like to do even after that class, or even if you're in sports, go about your school and figure out the most effective exits. Now, teachers in our school, they have told us where the fastest exits are. If we do ever come in contact with a school shooter, they'll announce over the PA system whereabout they are. So if you are in that area, you're going to lock the doors. If you're on the other side of the school, you're going to get out.
And now that our school has in place, like, there's something on the phones now that, like, if there is something that happens like that, the teacher could plug into the phone a certain number, and it will go all over the school, and, like, they could say, like, say if they're somewhere, and they could put it right on this, the whole school could hear it.
Yeah. I think now that we've established what to do and the mental health standpoint, that commercial has advertised a lot of people to change their point of views on gun control.
Yeah, which, me personally, gun control is, I don't know, like, everything about it, but, like, I feel like people going and trying to take everybody's guns away,
That's irrational.
It's irrational, because you know it won't happen, because you have those certain amount of people that are like, oh, well, I just use my guns for self-defense, and then there's that other amount of people that use it for
Target shooting and
hunting. Like, there's so many, like, people that use guns for other things than just, like, shootings.
Yeah.
It really...
I grew up in a family with guns. So I've had the proper safety and training, and I know when and when not to use them, how to use them. And so, with that being said, like, taking people's guns away, that's just not the way to go about it. There's this state in Illinois or Indiana, one of those two, or the city, where they are now charging people $1,000 a day if they do not hand over every single one of their guns. It's not considered an assault rifle, like an AR-15 or an AR-36. That's not technically only an assault rifle. A hunting rifle, a 22 gauge, like, rifle. Really small, usually used for small game like rabbits and squirrels. That, with enough rounds, yes, it can kill someone. If I hit them with the stock of the gun or the barrel, that is considered an assault rifle. If I hit them with a baseball bat or kill someone, that is now an assault weapon. This phone can be used as an assault weapon. Anything can.
Yeah.
The government isn't going to come into your house and take everything away from you. No. Anything in this room right now can be used as an assault weapon.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole aspect of the gun control, I don't know about all you snowflakes out there, not to be rude, but, like, there's really no point, man. Like,
yeah.
People, you want stricter gun laws, yes, the government or even your state might give them to you, even your county, they might give you those stricter gun control, but we have, in our country, we already have such a strict gun policy.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you have to go into a gun shop if you want to purchase a weapon. They run background checks on you. The police run background checks on you. If you have any offenses at all, they're going to deny you. You have to pay a certain amount. You have to prove that you have a concealed carry if that's what you're planning on doing. Now, don't get me wrong. We have the Second Amendment, which is right to bear arms, which allows you to open carry. That's just one of the parts. I'm not encouraging anyone to walk out of your house with, like, a handgun just in your hand. That's going to freak people out. Don't do that. But that's common sense. If you want to legally though, walk around with a pistol, that's completely legal.
Mhm.
It's just there's certain degrees, like you can have a 4th degree like open carry or a concealed carry for weapons, and that allows you to carry like certain different kinds.
Mm-hmm. And with that, like I remember the one story, like you guys probably don't know this because we're in Pennsylvania. I don't know where you're watching from, but we had this in the Viewmont Mall the one time. I guess there was a guy that had a concealed carry, and everybody was just up and at him about it.
That was an open carry.
Was it open?
Yeah.
I didn't see the full story. My buddy was texting me. He was like, "Yo, there's somebody with a gun in the mall."
I was working.
Like, yeah.
I was working, and I was about to go into work, and I still regardless went into work because I knew who it was. I'm not going to say the name. He didn't end up getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
It's only because he had an open carry for his self-defense in case anything happened, and that's completely fine.
Yeah.
Yes, people are going to call the cops. Yes, cops are going to come, but they're going to ask you, what are you doing with it?
Yeah.
If you explain to them it's strictly an open carry, it is my right as a U.S. citizen to open carry, they're going to ask you a bunch of questions. Yeah, they're probably going to run your license, they're going to do a background check on you. But, there's just no point in taking it away from you.
Yeah.
Now, if you do come into an encounter with the cops and you are open carrying, they will ask you to hand it over just for the period of time so their lives aren't in danger.
Yeah.
So I think with that being said, that's a really good subject to end that part of it on.
That's but to
it's just
really
opinionated.
conclude it all up is the commercial, the way they went about it was not the right way to do it.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, it's just such a, because if you look at the mental health standpoint, they have this whole rule in place with the no kid left behind, but is that really a thing?
I'm telling you right now, no one in our school would just stay for someone. Maybe if it's their sibling, they might. But even your best friend, you're not going to do it. You're going to want to get out of there as soon as possible. It's your adrenaline and your fear that's kicking in. So I think another last point to this whole Sandy Hook commercial is the reason for more at-home teachers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get it's okay, but I don't personally want everyone in our school for their parents to be like, there's that fact that school shootings are going to happen. It's just... It's horrible to say, but in 2019, that's just a normal thing now.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous to say, but
it's the truth.
Yeah.
And, more at-home teachers, the school's gonna go broke.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have that taxing for students to be going there. You're not gonna have sports teams. Less and less schools are gonna school won't even be a thing if this continues by 2040.
Yeah, pretty much. And
it's horrible because even in the Industrial Revolution in 17 and 1800s, they had schools. Yes, it was limited to 10 students at most, but they still had schools. It's just an education. Right now, our period of time, 20th and 21st century, we're considered the knowledge area, which means, me personally, I believe, go to school, learn what you need to know, but at the same time, school systems are kind of messed up right now. We shouldn't be throwing students in random classes. We should be figuring out what they enjoy, what their best qualities are. If you're good at math, throw them in a higher math class at a younger age, so by the time they're in high school, they're taking a college trade class.
Yeah.
And every time they think something's wrong, an attention deficit disorder like ADD, ADHD, they're drugging them up.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're not doing anything to prove that they are smart enough. It's proven that people with disorders, mental disorders like that, attention disorders, and people who play music, people who sing, their IQ is higher than a lot of standard students who are just in honor roll or their grades might be better. There's really no point in the grading system.
No, yeah. And
school should be a sociology type of thing where you go into school. It shouldn't be something that people dread. I know a lot of students, majority of students, dread going to school every morning. They wake up at 7 o'clock, like, for people who drive, and they're like, man, you know, this isn't today, like, this ain't it, Chief. I hear that so often, and I just think to myself, I'm like, yes, I say that, and I'm being hypocritical when I say this, but school shouldn't be something that you dread. School should be something where you enjoy and you're ready to, you know, seize the day. It's cheesy, but carpe diem, that's like a legitimate Latin thing that should be applied to most students.
And honestly, what he was saying, like, but what if, like, so I don't agree with the grading system either. It's, like, we used to have to take these Keystone tests where, like, you sit in a classroom, you go take the test, and if you pass it, you pass it. If you don't, you have to take it over again.
It's the same thing with SATs and ACTs. Colleges now, they're getting smarter. I'm not going to lie. Most colleges now are stopping
the
SATs and ACTs to get into a college. I know Wilkes University, they're not requiring SATs anymore.
Yeah, Lackawanna doesn't.
Lackawanna doesn't either. There's a lot of colleges now that are stopping that because they're realizing finally that students aren't the best at taking tests, but they could be so well-rounded in so many other things. Like I said before, I play in band. That's one of the things that I want to major or minor in college is music production and education because I just love it. It's a passion of mine. And this year I had to fix my schedule with my guidance counselor because they threw me not in band, but they threw me in a drafting class. Which is really absurd. I know there were like at least 50 students in the guidance office that day where they were like, I would never sign up for this, I never signed up for this. If the problem is that the classrooms are too small, figure out a way to make the classrooms bigger, add more students in if they want to be in that class. Because they're intrigued. That's the point in life to me. You're born, you're raised, you're excited about the world, you want to learn. That's the point, it's hands-on. You shouldn't sit in a classroom, take down notes from the chalkboard or a PowerPoint, take a test. If you fail, then you retake the course. That just means that you're, like, I know a lot of students, like, he's in, like, Gov and Economics, I'm in a History 2 class because I'm only a junior, he's a senior, but, like, if we're not strong in that class, don't make us take it again.
Yeah.
Don't make him not be able to graduate because he failed one class that he wasn't interested in.
And like you're saying, like, if they really want all these kids to pass, put them in classes that they enjoy.
I'm telling you right now, every morning when I wake up for school, I have band first block. And I'm so excited to just play and learn new music and, like, figure out new theories for music. Like, there's a class in college, most colleges that you can take, especially if they're performing arts college, music theory. You learn everything there is to know that was experienced in history about music, and they apply that to you in a legitimate way that you can use further on in your education and in your life if you're continuing in music. That's one reason why I wake up and I'm excited for school. Like, it's weird to say because me being a hypocrite, everyone knows me in Valley View. They're like, bro, you always say you don't like school. It's the classes that I take. I don't choose to be put in those classes. They force me to take those classes.
And I'm in chorus. That's my first block, and I love singing. So
yeah.
And what I want to go to college for is video editing and all that stuff, and it's just wild. And by the way, just getting back to that, this is the last time I'm going to talk about the Sandy Hook. I'll leave a link in the description below to go to visit SandyHookPromise.com. You can donate, all that stuff, raise awareness. But now on to the next topic.
So this has been an internet trend for a little bit. Teens are super gluing their lips.
Do you remember the trend where they...
The Kylie Jenner lip challenge. Yeah. You take a shot glass and you, like, puff up your lips. History repeats itself. Right?
It does. It does.
People are just getting so dumb. Super gluing. Now keep in mind, super glue, if you don't know what that is, for some reason...
Well...
It's made out of chemicals. It's an adhesive chemicals compound. Why would you want to put chemicals on your lips? To glue them shut.
Should we pull up some, like, pictures?
I will.
Here,
like,
I'll put one, like, right...
Yeah, right there. But like, it's absurd on why they're doing this. There's no reason at all.
It's just like,
I don't know. People are so dumb.
the trend. I don't even know why this is the thing.
I think, like, what's wrong with it? Like, that's a question that has crossed my mind. I don't know, maybe because it's a chemical and it's giving your parents another reason to be worried about you, and then you complain continuously that your parents are overprotective, maybe because you're doing dumb stuff like that. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
And you know what? Honestly, like, at this point in time, everybody feels like, oh, it's just another thing. Because people are doing stuff like this that are, like, they're so, like, stupid like this. It's just, everybody thinks, oh, why not? Just gonna go do it. But it's like...
Yeah, it's just so... so dumb. So I think another thing is... This has been touched upon a while ago, but let's, like, bring it back real fast. That Momo challenge.
Oh, yeah, that was a big thing back then. Has it come back?
I saw a couple posts of people still trying to do it.
Is it like, I want to know, is it actually real?
I don't know. Never tried it. Not going to because I'm not stupid enough to.
Yeah.
How about another one that was a while ago? The choking or pass out challenge.
Oh, I saw people do that. Like where they push them up against the wall
and choke them until they pass out.
Yeah.
It's like kids our age and teenagers, even young adults, they're trying to like. I hate to
hurt
say
themselves.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see another one.
Oh, what's Naruto on the Area 51 thing?
Oh yeah. So Area 51 raid. Let's just say
we talked about this a couple of podcasts ago, but like now it's actually it's September 23rd.
There were only 100 people that showed up.
Yeah, like everybody hyped that up to be like
over like 1 million people showing up. There was a dude in the news who Naruto ran past the news report. I was like, what?
Oh, what else? There was people dressed up as aliens.
Yeah, there was a lot.
That was crazy.
I'm trying to think of like other things that have been happening, like throughout the internet. Even Oh,
what's that one thing I was looking at?
I just want to say though, real fast, we're not obviously sponsored by Liberty Mutual. I just think for you new drivers who like just got a minimum wage job and like are struggling to pay your car insurance if you got a car, talk to your parents about Liberty Mutual. The Safe and Save, it's called the Right Track. It gives you a discount on your car insurance per year based on how well you perform while driving. I know right now I saved around $235 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And
I would definitely go check out Liberty Mutual. We're not sponsored by Liberty, but
yeah. And yeah, I just want to preference this. For the people who are, this is really out of topic, but for the people in Valley View who like love collectors things, or like you collect a lot of like trophies or knives or like whatever, for the knives, there's this app you can get on your phone, available on iPhone and or Android. It's called Blade City. Now, just as a little thing, we can put a little icon up above. They have so many things that you can buy, and they're like collector's things. Like they have mystery boxes that you can get. Like that's in a
pretty cool.
And then they just have a bunch of really nice like collector's knives. Like this Elite Tactical has a Bowie knife with brass knuckles, has a massive blade with a really nice sheath on it, and it has a glass breaker at the end. Has a baton, has a taser, has a hatchet. They're really nice knives. They come pre-sharpened, like extremely sharp. They're mainly for collectors, but can't really stop y'all from using it. But don't encourage it.
We do not encourage any type of violence.
Yeah.
With our kind of sponsorships.
Kind of. Yeah. I think definitely another thing that is going around, well, not going around even, just colleges in general. I saw this post or this video.
Yeah.
And this girl's high school was closed down for literally like 4 to 6 months, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Reason being, the school got so much funding from parents and parents associations and sports and fundraisers.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to make multiple like restaurants like Subways and Chick-fil-A's and Chipotle's in the high school in the cafeteria.
Wow.
And I just think, I know there's a lot of colleges that have restaurants on the campus.
Yeah.
Most high schools, like, take advice about this. Like, do that. You don't understand. That brings me back to the, like, students dreading it. If they had, like, Subway in the cafeteria,
like, boom.
Students would be a lot happier to go to school spending money on... Now, let's say this, like, the vaping epidemic, right?
Okay, yeah, let's touch on that.
So, it's because they're focusing on what? Is it, like, how many deaths is it now? Like, 8 around there?
I think so. Let me look at it. Because, like, I mean, people think, like, that it's the whole...
It's everything about it. It's not. So, Juuls themselves, you can buy THC pods and CBD pods. For those of you who don't know, THC and CBD are what are found in marijuana. The thing with those pods is, though, people who are making those pods and those juices are infusing vitamin E in them. And so vitamin E, it's okay to take as a pill if you need it. But as soon as it's vaporized, if it touches tissue, it crystallizes. So every time you take a deep breath in, and it's on your lungs, it crystallizes. As soon as you breathe in, shatters.
Yeah.
That's why people are dying. And instead of them focusing on, you know, the 70,000 plus opioid abusers death, or 700,000.
Yeah, did you see that? The, I guess the opioid company went bankrupt.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was...
People are abusing them, and more deaths have occurred through that than juuling.
The death toll of vape, it says second vaping-related death in Kansas brings national death toll to 9.
So 9.
Yeah.
I just want to preference this. I don't encourage vaping at all. If you do smoke cigarettes, that is an amazing alternative. Don't use Juul, though. Get something else, like, for example, and I know a really good company, just by researching this, because some of my family smokes, Smock products. They are supposedly really well rounded. Those aren't the ones that explode. They're a good alternative to them. Usually a lot of the vaping products are. It's just Juul.
Yeah.
Where
the FDA banned, like, what did they ban? Like, some of the, like, the flavors, I guess.
Yeah, mango they banned.
Yeah. But, I mean...
I heard it in one of the states, I forget which one exactly. What happened was someone, or not someone, but in one of the states in the U.S., they banned all pods except tobacco.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, like, if you're gonna ban all the pods, why don't you ban the tobacco one? Because I mean, all of them are made by the same thing. Like, but I don't know. That's kind of like a touchy subject to get onto, just because the fact that it's like so. Not that it's really new, and like nobody knows like the long-term effects of it. But
yeah. I think another thing we can touch up on, or not even touch up, just like go over the fact of, Donald Trump is, I don't really like to get into politics, but as most of you know, he has a Twitter feed.
Oh my god.
And, who is the, Bruce Jenner?
Bruce Jenner?
Yeah.
The one that turned into a girl and then...
Yeah, what's her name now? Caitlyn Jenner?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. She made a post and said, I just want to find a straight man who will compliment me. And Donald Trump tweets at her and goes, nice balls. I started dying laughing when I saw that.
I feel, you know what, I really can't say much about it because I know I'll get shot down because there's Trump supporters, there's non-Trump supporters. It's like...
Andrew Yang, I saw.
Yeah.
He's going up for office now.
Yeah.
Me personally, Republican.
Mm-hmm.
I Democrats, like, I like to think of myself as I don't want to say non-binary because that's not the right word. But
No, that's not.
I'm mutual between them. I'm not specified as either. We can bring it back to Theodore Roosevelt, Bull Moose Party. He split the Republican vote, which allowed Woodrow Wilson to win the election.
You're smart.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of like him, you know, like, he's definitely a man that he was a good president.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't identify as either, but just for the debate, in the election, he did run as a Republican until he went against Taft when he created the Bull Moose Party.
Yeah. Yeah, he's smart. I couldn't tell you that.
A lot of people... Okay, so this is another thing. The bullying thing, which has been going on for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Decades, man. Don't shame on someone.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't know their history, man. I'm not going to say names, but I'm going to call someone out right now. Someone in our band.
We'll say, like, Billy Joe.
Well, we won't even say names in general, but, we were about to perform, and they looked over at me, and they were like, man, I'm not ready for this. I was like, why? And she was like, I'm gonna kill myself. And I was like, and I made a joke, like, obviously I know she won't. Like, we all make fun jokes like that. And don't heat on me for, like, what I'm about to say, but I said, good, like, as a joke. And she was like, oh, you just want that so you can have this section.
Oh,
and
geez.
I kind of was like, really, dude, like, don't take that out on me. And then they were like, oh, maybe you should too, so then I can have the section. And then I brought something up for those of you who don't know. Sadly, 2 to 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, my uncle took his own life. And I said, so, really petty, I said, why? So I can follow in my uncle's footsteps. And she didn't know about that. And so when she found that out, I was like, yeah, this is why you don't say stuff like that, especially when you don't know the history behind someone, man.
Mm-hmm. And if you're ever having problems like that, there is a hotline you could call.
Logic made a whole song about that, and it was so well done. And I know this has been touched on by so many people and so many podcasts, but seriously,
it's seriously a big thing now. It's like, I'll put the number like right here somewhere.
Yeah, around there.
But if you ever have any problems, if you ever feel like that way, do not hesitate to call, or even if you want to hit like me up or Rocco up, or like, don't be afraid to leave a comment or PM me. I always look at my comments, so please.
Another
don't
thing,
be afraid.
which reminds me of the whole bullying thing. Our school started they didn't start it, but they got involved into it, the Safe to Say app.
Yeah.
That app, I know a lot of
I've
people.
used it once, actually.
I know. I heard.
Oh,
about that.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I'm not even kidding. What he did was so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this girl, she was ready to kill herself, and he posted it, and the cops came to her house, took her into a mental hospital, and yes, although I don't like the girl and her choices, she is happily alive, and I couldn't be more happy for her. Like, I know a lot of people say, like, oh, go kill yourself. Don't joke about that, man.
No, it's not a funny thing to joke about. I mean, it's nowadays that people take that literally. It's not.
Yeah, it's not funny.
No, it isn't.
But aside from all this depressing talk,
wow.
Seriously,
we're just trying to spread awareness here.
let's talk about our school a little bit more in depth, because we haven't been doing this for that long. It's only been like an hour almost.
Maybe something close to that.
Yeah.
Let's get right into the news.
Anyways, we have a lot of, like, we have our sections, obviously, like high school cliques in our school, and I just want to say, there are so many funny ones. Like, this is a little, like, more of an adult talkish subject right now. So if you're younger, like,
click on,
and you're with your parents especially, click off the video right now. Like, seriously, goodbye.
Yeah.
It's nice talking to you.
I mean, if your
Have a
parents
good
are
one.
cool with it, maybe. But
like,
just it's gonna get spicy.
Yeah, I have this inside joke with a couple of my friends, where my freshman year of high school, this kid, he always wore this elf hat around Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, during Christmas last year, I took a couple of my friends, we went into our band closet, and I made them all wear an elf hat, and I walked in, I whipped open the door, I was like, y'all ready for an elf orgy or what? And they were like, died laughing.
Oh, that's funny.
And like, now that's just a normal thing.
You can't say we didn't warn you.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the one? I forget what year it was, but this kid, remember Brian Winston?
Yeah.
Oh my, were you in Mr. L's office when that happened?
No, I wasn't. I was in 8th grade, but I heard the story, I think.
Yeah, like, I almost knocked him right out. I literally was so close. This close. I forget what the whole situation was, but we walked out into the hallway, and then he gets all up in my face, I get all up in his face, and then I all I see is just people swarming us. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, this is about to go down. So, I forget who it was, but someone just pulled it apart and was like, stop it, and then that was the end of that. That was weird.
I think another thing that we can touch up on school stuff is our history teacher, well, his gov teacher, my history teacher.
Mm-hmm.
This man is so funny.
Oh my god.
But he's also, like, he has really good ideas. Like, he was like, wouldn't you guys love and be more happier if, like, you had, like, a break time, like, half the day break?
Mm-hmm.
Where you could just, like, go out to eat and then come back. And I was like, well, that's a good point, although, think about it this way. And he was like, what's up? And I was like, if students that drove were allowed to leave the school, they wouldn't come back.
Yeah, you got a point. I mean, but still, I wish we were able to get food. Like, I wish we had a better meal selection there. Like, what do
we have wraps on the far line.
That's the best.
We have a hot lunch. We have pizza, and then we have like sandwiches and salads.
Now, what you guys are thinking? Like pizza?
It's cardboard.
Frozen.
It's cardboard.
Yeah.
That's literally what the pizza tastes like. Which is another thing. Schools, listen to us. We
Please.
want better food, bro.
Michelle Obama ain't in office anymore. Stop giving us hope. Come on now.
Facts, though. Another thing, like, I know we're being a little hypocritical because we're inside right now, but like, even though you're watching this video, go outside, man. Like, go. I'm not even kidding when I say this is a little dark, but like, go spend time with your family. They're not going to be here forever. Sadly, this year, especially for me, has been really rough with death. My great-grandma passed away. It was my uncle's 2-year anniversary of his death. My dog had to get put down, sadly. And then some stuff with my girlfriend's family happened. Which, that's her disclosed information. I'm not going to get into that. Obviously, I respect her privacy. So I won't say it. But, I think another thing that we can definitely get on, though, is get outside more. For sure. If you're not, like, in any outdoor activities, go do it. Like, just go, if you have a dog, go walk your dog. If you have a cat, like, just spend time with... Go walk your cat. Yeah.
That's what your cat does. I mean.
I know there are indoor and outdoor cats. So, like, if they're an outdoor cat, like, go spend time with them outside on the porch or something. I know me personally, I own a lot of land. My family, I'm so grateful and blessed to have that land and the opportunity to grow up with that, like, I call it a safe place because I can go up there whenever I want. I get to see my great-grandmother. I get to, like, go on quads, like an 8-wheeler side by side. I get to just drive around and enjoy the country air. And it's not even kidding. It's one of the best things ever. It's one of the best feelings when you're going 40 miles down the road on a quad, and it's a dirt road, and you just smell the country. Not even kidding. It's a natural high. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's when your adrenaline and, like, or not just adrenaline, but, like, your brain is so involved into what you're doing that you want that feeling.
It's like you're high on life, pretty much, you know?
Exactly. Like, I know runners who run marathons, they get a runner's high.
Mhm.
And I've experienced that before. It was one of the best things ever. And during that runner's high, I broke my PR for the 4x4 relay in track.
Wow.
I got a whopping 48 seconds.
That's pretty good.
And keep in mind, we were in last when I started because I was an anchor. I got us to finish
yeah.
first.
Wow.
Do you? Oh wait, you might have been there. I don't know. Do you do throwing at the time? It was my 8th
I
grade
think
year.
so, yeah.
Or no, it was my freshman year.
I think I still. Yeah, I think I did because it was me, Logan.
Yeah, Chris Brez.
Yeah, Brez. Because I got put in.
It was when Coach Y was doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we were. It was the last meet. It was at the Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think that's where I threw for like 35, 32, I think.
That's when Brez got his medal.
Yeah.
But that's like another thing, guys. Like, even if you don't want to, I'm not like saying like forcing you to do this, but if you like not even just don't want to, but like go out and try a sport.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they have those early practices, is to see if students like it, if they don't like it. So then, like, middle of the season comes around, you're like, this isn't for me, and then just bail. Because then everyone's going to think you're a quitter. Like,
yeah.
I know from marching band, we had this one kid come in, and he tried it for the first 2 weeks of band camp, and then he talked to Mr. L. He said, this isn't really for me. Our teacher, completely understandable.
Mm-hmm.
He's
cool. He's really cool.
Yeah. If you ever have a teacher like him,
You're like,
appreciate it.
yeah.
One of the best, man, like, to have as a teacher. This is how good of a teacher he is. He's like a second father. Well, technically for me, he's like a third father for me.
Yeah, like, he's really cool. Like,
He will, if you don't have money for lunch, he'll give you like $2 or $3 to go for lunch. Now, I'm not saying for all you people who like to take advantage of other people in Valley View, don't go up to the man's office every day asking for money.
yeah, no.
Don't take advantage of him. Because then he's not going to do it. And for the people who can't afford lunch, he won't do it for them either.
Yeah. And you get those teachers like that, though, that they're really nice. Like, I remember, do you know Mr. Nolan?
Yeah.
He did that thing for when that was that,
Mr. Reese, he even keeps snacks in his closet
Yeah.
for students who need food,
yeah.
who can't get it at their house.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then, okay, so another thing back on the gun control really fast before we end this.
Mhm.
Do you think teachers should be allowed to have guns?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. See, it's such a hard thing to... Because... I mean, See, that's really hard to really put down, like, on paper, but, like...
I think
They should and they shouldn't.
I think for the ones who have grown up with the proper safety training
Yeah.
and who are clear record, they should be the ones that have it. Like when Mr. Joyce used to work at the school.
Mhm.
He definitely should have had one.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Nolan should have had one.
Yeah. Who else?
Mr. Stahl even.
Yeah, I would trust... Yeah. Even though he's... Did he ever tell you the story? Because I talked to him about this whole thing. He said, I have like 44 years of pepped up rage. I don't need a gun.
Yeah!
Yeah! He's a good guy, though.
This man, like, he talks like he's in the mafia sometimes. He'll be like,
He reminds me... Oh, what's his name?
AJ. Listen, man. See, we got a couple of issues going on, you know, so...
That's pretty much how it was when I was filming.
We got to pick your grade up, man, you know? Or else we're gonna have Rocco over here ice ya. Rocco, get Louie. Go get Louie. We gotta ice him. Like, he just makes jokes, and he's the funniest guy ever. Like,
I was gonna make this joke in the one class because he always wears like a tuxedo jacket with the arm pads.
Yeah.
I always thought that was so cool. But you want to remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
Yeah.
Tell
It's a
me he
wonderful
doesn't.
day in the neighborhood.
Tell me he doesn't look like him.
Okay, if we're talking about teachers looking like other people, real fast. One of my favorite English teachers ever, Mrs. Morrow.
Miss Morrow.
Jennifer.
Yo, I see people like doing that prank thing for their senior prank where they go around with their phones. It's
And they
called
record
Teach by their first name.
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Christopher Stahl.
Hey, Chris.
But, like, you can't tell me
Oh,
Miss
God.
Morrow doesn't look like that. She wears flip-flops, right?
She
like,
does.
every day.
Yeah.
For those of you who play video games, if you play Overwatch, new character that was released fairly new, Sigma.
Sigma Alpha D.
He doesn't have shoes, right? You can see his feet. Every time Miss Morrow wears flip-flops, I think of Sigma now. And then, who does he look? He looks like Stahl a little bit. Like if you just like...
Stahl and Lupini combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know if we're talking about,
Oh no! Please don't tell me you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say.
Mr. Reese.
Yeah, mixed with... I'm not gonna say. I can't...
Who? Adley? Cab? Yo, Roadhog, Overwatch. All I gotta say.
Chill.
I
Well-
think. Oh wait, I know one more, or not that. Or not that. That's not what I wanted. No, what the?
I have a question, guys. I got a brand new computer, by the way, just so you guys know. And I was like, if you guys want me to do a review on it, I can.
Okay, you cannot tell me that.
Snyder?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sombra looks like Mrs. Snyder. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Okay, I'm not trying to throw any shade at any teachers, but like.
Yeah, just so any of you know. Please don't write us up.
Do you think that Mrs. Snyder has an open marriage?
See, this is the thing. I know too much about her. Like, I've heard so much stuff about her.
Me too.
I feel like she does. Like, I feel like she
I feel like she does, but then again,
like, is she like... I feel like she's one of those teachers.
Yeah. It's like you missed your extra credit. I wonder what we can do to make it up.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, no. Hey, Melissa. No, we're just messing around.
We're just busting.
Yeah.
Wow, that was no pun intended right there.
Can we talk about though and appreciate Valley View for one thing?
What?
The new access road.
Oh my god, praise that, because our road for our school was the worst road, I could probably say in like close to like anywhere in Pennsylvania.
It was really bad.
Like, it was really bad. Like, well, it was actually called the worst road in our town. So
yeah, in our town, it was the worst road.
And they finally paved it.
And it's so nice. You can like do the quarter mile on it now.
Yeah.
I'm not encouraging anyone, but like, I'll keep it low key, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, do we have any more topics to touch on?
Let's see real fast. I can just check my... Okay, this is another one. The viral math problem that has been going around. 8 divided by 2, parentheses, 2 plus 2, and parentheses equals what?
Now...
So many people said 16.
But that's because you got to start with the
Parentheses.
PEMDAS.
Yeah.
If you
So,
remember that.
parentheses, exponents, multiply, or divide, add or subtract. So, if it's 2 plus 2, that's 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1. Therefore, the answer is 1.
Yep.
So many people said 16, though. Like, exactly.
Like, PEMDAS. So put it in there.
I had it as 1, but then I confused myself because everyone says it's 16. I figured it was 1.
Yeah.
Well, then don't... That's another thing. Don't listen to anyone else.
Yeah.
Listen to yourself. Your gut feeling, your mind.
Yeah.
I got one more topic to end it off real fast.
Okay.
This is a question that I touched up on in... Hold on. I'll grab it real fast. So every day in English, right, we do this journal. And we basically write down like a subject and then we touch up on it. Let's find it real fast. Culture. Okay. What do you think happens when you die? And also, are you afraid of it? Or like...
Now here's the thing with that. Now there's many ways that you could take this subject. If you want to go from a religion standpoint, there's a heaven, there's a hell.
That's like basic Catholic Christian.
Yeah, Catholic Christian. Now,
Me personally,
what do you like? Because I don't want to take this out of context because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to. Because that's kind of hard.
Me personally, I think once you die, it's lights out, man. You're just not there.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard theories on where the reincarnation theory, where everyone says that you see a light when you die. Me personally, if that was true, I think that light is actually the hospital lights from when you're being born and you just relive your life again. That's why you have deja vu. Either that or your brain is alive 7 minutes after you die.
Yeah.
Or 7 seconds, one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're reliving your life in your brain, and that's why you have deja vu.
That's crazy. And like, I saw there's this video. It's more of a religion standpoint, but like, have you ever woken up from a dream where you're falling?
Yeah.
And like, angels take you up, right? They could be clumsy sometimes.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about.
And then another one is, everyone says angels are these beautiful people. If you've ever looked at angels, like the legitimate term and images for angels,
it's scary.
They're terrifying.
Yeah.
You ever see Weeping Angels from Doctor Who?
Yeah.
That's what they're like.
Yeah, they're scary.
And so that's why I think people are afraid of death.
Mm-hmm.
Is because they believe that angels are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also a theory where like you're on an elevator forever and that's purgatory.
Yeah.
And then another, I think actually this is the last one. What are your thoughts about family?
I feel like you should always keep your family close. And
I'll just read what I have off my paper.
yeah.
I think personally family means everything. They help you when you fall. They should put a smile on your face when you see them. And me personally, I hope to grow my family one day, share my traditions with them. Like, I'd want to raise them with the respect and discipline that I was raised with. Yes, I'm a bit of a jerk sometimes. Mm-hmm. But I think everyone has that moments, especially because I'm 16, right? It's just a normal teenage thing. But teach them that saying I love you shouldn't be something that they should be ashamed to say. I know we've all had those moments where like you're over like at a grandparent's house and they say I love you and then like try to give you a hug and you feel really awkward about it. You shouldn't, bro.
No,
like, cause trust me, like I said before, like this past year, my great grandma dying, I always wish I could go back and say I love you one more time and give her one more hug. But you like saying I love you shouldn't be something that you're ashamed to say because one day you won't see that person ever again. Mm-hmm. And that day will teach you the importance about family.
Yeah. Wow. Some strong words by Rocco.
My English teacher says I'm one of the best writers in the class, so like...
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, guys.
We've made it through.
We've made it through.
It is currently...
It's time to clock out.
7:14.
Wow.
That's a long podcast.
It is. I think it's... wow.
And
we touched on everything I think we needed to.
For this episode.
Yeah.
Next episode, definitely going to have a lot more in-depth, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'd say a good goal is like an hour and a half to 2 hour long podcast every time. Yeah. That's a really good goal. And once again, if we get the support that we need on this channel, like that we want, this setup is going to change entirely. It's going to be bigger, better. We're going to... if you guys... hit subscribe right down there. Leave a comment. What was your favorite subject that we talked about today? What would you like to see in the next episode? Yeah. Hit that like button down below. Let us know. Like I said,
don't forget if you have any problems, don't forget to put in the comments if you want to personal message me or Rocco.
Yep, we'll leave our links.
In the description. Everything down there.
All right, we love you guys.
We love you guys.
Have a great one.
Peace.